Welcome back. It is time for Thirsty Thursday Holiday Edition.
Oh, this is holiday.
I almost just unplugged your crock pot.
Oh, that's all right.
My bad.
That's all right. It's hot. This is hot holiday edition.
Okay.
Yeah. So we need to work with Adam to get a little cooler outside because this is one of my favorite recipes ever. It is a mulled apple cider. Sometimes people call it a mulled wine.
Okay.
Some people like mulled cider. I just mix it all together. And
Mulled apple cider.
Mulled just is mulled goodness. So what we have here.
That should be the name, Mulled Goodness.
I do. I like that. We're gonna use that. So basically, when you take a look at the history of alcohol, every population has its own little hot wine or hot cider recipe.
Okay.
So the French we have Vin Chaud, the Germans have Glühwein, the Norwegians have Glögg. Basically, what it is, that's not the most delightful name.
That doesn't sound tasty.
So this recipe is real easy because I'm known to be a little messy and not good with measuring. So we just use everything. So
No.
And I'll go figure. So in this crock pot, what we have is actually 3 big ingredients. So we start out with red wine. So we're
whole bottle?
Yeah, but we're using whole bottles of everything.
Oh, okay.
So
keeping it simple.
yeah, it's simple because when it's the holidays, you have a lot of people coming over, and you just need to put something that's going to be easy to go. Take your red wine, put it either in your crock pot or on your stove, or low heat, just to warm it up.
Okay.
And you want to throw in mulling spices. So you have some cinnamon, some cinnamon you can throw in here.
The whole stick?
Yeah, but
what about what if you don't have a stick? Could you do powdered cinnamon?
You could do powder. You could do powdered cinnamon, but powdered cinnamon sometimes gets grainy. So I always like to use a stick. Star anise, which is great. Nice little flavor.
How many of these should you put in?
By
Does
taste.
it matter?
No, so by taste. So I typically do like 2 or 3. Okay. I like a lot of cinnamon, so I'll throw a lot more. I like a lot of cloves, so this is whole cloves. We'll throw some in here.
Okay, and these are all dried.
These are all dried. So and with the wine at the top of the wine, we take some dehydrated oranges or some oranges itself. So as we take a look here, there's some oranges in here. So we let that spice.
I have another question.
And go ahead.
So let's say you don't have dehydrated oranges. Could you just hypothetically slice up an
orange? Slice up an orange and slice up an orange and juice it. So this is really one of the, once you have the foundation, you can kind of play around with what you like and what you don't like. So we have our wine in here. Once it's hot, then we take an entire bottle of fee fillet.
My favorite.
There you go. We dump that bottle in there. We mix it up. We heat it again.
The whole bottle?
Yes, baby. We're doing a whole bottle, boo. The whole bottle. Now, look, this is going to be delicious, but I guarantee you taste this.
Warm your soul.
Oh, look.
More than your soul.
Your family is not going to argue at all when you're drinking this at Thanksgiving. So you warm it up, but remember, you want to keep it on low because if you warm it or boil it off, the alcohol is going to boil off.
Okay.
And then once it's all mixed together, you take a whole half gallon of apple cider, throw that in there, and let it simmer for, I'd say, about a half hour.
Okay.
Okay, now there's some.
Now, when you say simmer,
I say warm up. That's right. So we're not going to bring it to the boil.
You don't want it to bubble at all.
Correct.
Okay.
That's a great thing. We don't want it to bubble. Now we have this fine mesh strainer because we threw in some
got seeds and things.
Some seeds and stuff in there. So we'll kind of pour that through a strainer, and you can take it and you could really just garnish it with either cinnamon sticks or the orange slices. But this is probably one of my favorite.
Look at this color.
Holiday drinks. It's a nice little, and people are always afraid to do.
Would you like a garnish?
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mixing, wine and spirits. This is, there's a lot of history about doing this, and it really turns it into a nice fortified wine drink. And this is one of my favorite holiday drinks. So
I don't know if they have a bump shot on this. I'm scared to move it. I see Sierra.
Oh yeah, we got bumpies. Yeah.
They're gonna. Oh, look at that! Look at that good color. This is such a good drink.
Yeah, it's really, so cheers in here.
Oh, it smells spicy too.
Tell me that isn't just heaven.
That's really good.
I mean, it's fantastic. Now remember,
and there's a lot of alcohol in here, but it's not very alcohol-y.
No, and that's what you want to watch out for, the family gathering. You want to watch out, make sure kids don't get a hold of this. You also want to make sure that, the crazy aunt or uncle don't get a hold of this because it is a lot of booze in here. But it is really, it's a nice warming drink on a cold night. This is one of my favorites.
Where are you located real fast?
We're at Gator Cove, 2601 Southeast Evangeline Thruway.
All right, we'll be right back after this. During the break, you could do this with a white wine too.
Look, experiment. We jokingly say you're an adult. Experiment with whatever you want. This is also a good way to use the random wine that friends give you as gifts. Yeah. If you're kind of going, I have no idea what to do with it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Pop it in here, and it's amazing.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
And Tait, for our friends at home, what's that address.
We're at Gator Cove, 2601 Southeast Evangeline Thruway. Come get your last-minute Christmas shopping. They're going to enjoy rum more than a tie.
That's it for us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.